you've been released from the docking bay. You have you fueled your vessel. Now it's up to you. What do you guys want to do?
All right. So where are we going?
And that's the question that we need to discuss.
Uh-huh.
So we have so far 2 options on the table, it looks like. 1, we do the job that we were given, and we can see what happens with Zanta afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2, we can go off and do our own thing, but we have no leads to go anywhere. One of those options seems much more reasonable than the other to me.
The one that we go anywhere and don't know what to do.
I said we go down and do the job. And ultimately, if we find out that the gem's there, maybe we can steal it or something. Who knows? But that way we can at least gather some information, get some new connections, maybe frame some more people.
Like the way you
I said maybe.
Yeah.
We're making a lot of enemies really fast. We gotta start making some friends.
Maybe we shouldn't kill people that we meet.
Well, she was gonna frame us, so didn't really have an option there.
Yeah.
Does have a point.
Well, maybe we can make friends with these people down here doing the mining.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I used to do that too.
Make friends?
Like
No.
Brady.
I used to do mining, but not mining, but like what do you call it? Bureaucratic work for mining.
Oh.
No idea what that means.
I don't either. I don't remember it very well. It was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't know. I really don't remember how old I am. But I think it's not a bad idea. At the very least, we can just go and see if this gem or thing or whatever we need is there, right?
Right.
In worst case scenario, we can just do what they do, and that can be our new life, right?
Also true.
I want to go to space. I have a thing I want to find.
I would also prefer to be in space. Always felt more comfortable there.
Technically, aren't we in space all the time?
True.
Well, not if you're on a planet or a moon or something. I don't think that's considered space.
In space, we're just... I don't know. I just want to not be in places that are horrible.
I mean, to be fair, there is a lot of death in space.
Can you name one place that hasn't been horrible for you?
Home. But I don't know where that is. I don't remember.
You just left my home. That was a shit show.
Sometimes home is a shit show. I agree with that too. Can't say all memories were good, but I think that's probably where I was the most peaceful. And then after that, you know, the entire universe just went to war and there was loads of fighting everywhere. Bodies there, bodies here, bodies everywhere. Well, we might run into some of those bodies.
I hope not.
I would say at this point I just get annoyed and just go, you guys decide, and I just go back to the engine and just kind of tinker around.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Steph because it looks like I fixed the chip, so I'm gonna go help him out.
Probably a good idea. Well, let's head to this moon, see what we can find. Worst
That's our
case
next
worst,
step.
we'll have more trouble than we need, and that is okay.
Yeah, it's not like you almost died or anything.
Listen, I'm alright with that. I'll just say that much.
How can you be okay with that?
Well, I've lived a long life, and it was largely bad. And I would like to see the people. Well, I don't really know if I believe in the afterlife, so I don't know if that's make sense, but I don't know. Feeling nothing and seeing nothing and not existing at all seems like not such a bad idea when you've lived a life that was a lot.
Sounds like a person without a lot of hope.
Oh, I have plenty of hope. You kidding? I have plenty of hope. In fact, so much hope that probably sometimes a little too much. But
Then why do you want it to end?
I want
When
it to
there's
end
a
because-
possibility for a better tomorrow.
Well, I don't want it to end. I'm just saying I'm okay with it ending.
That doesn't
made
compute for
peace.
me.
Are you a robot?
No. But I can think.
Well, you can have hope and happiness in life. Like, I'm happy. You guys are my allies? Maybe friends? I don't know. It's hard to define friendship in space. But I have hope that maybe I can teach you the better ways. If not, mauling everybody and double-crossing everybody, and I don't know. I don't really care that much sometimes. But what I was gonna say is, like, you can have hope and be happy in life. And you can also, just be okay with death. I've seen enough of it to know.
The better ways of not mauling and double crossing. That's all we've done so far.
Exactly. I don't want to do that.
You're the one that's mostly done it.
No. I've killed a person, sure, but I kind of didn't want to do any of that double crossing on Mia. But I guess she was double crossing us, so that's just the way things are.
That's protection.
Very
How would you
strange
want
way.
things to be?
I want trust between people. Right now, I don't know if I could really trust any of you. So, up front, I'm okay if you decide to kill me at some point.
Why can't you trust me?
I don't know.
Have I lied to you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know you very well. What I'm saying is I like to get to know people.
Well, to me, you get to know people by being open about your disagreements. We disagree on some things. I'm not
Yeah.
lying to you.
Yes,
And you know
but
what? I'll take the first step. I trust you.
what though? Do you trust me to not double cross you? Or do you trust me to just have your back when you're double crossing somebody else?
I don't see myself as a double crossing type. But I
Oh.
would trust you for both. To have my back and not maul me.
Well, I know mom friends.
So, Amanda fell asleep.
At the front of the ship.
Yeah.
Head into the...
I think he's supposed to tell you where to go.
Oh, let's maybe... Manta?
Yes.
We're going. We're gonna go to
Oh.
that moon.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm here.
Should
Let's
you
go.
really be driving if you do this?
Oh, when I'm behind, I'm not actually the one driving, but flying.
Yes.
What are you doing? Anyways, I'm not. I'm just kind of like I'm the person up here with.
Yes, I'm assuming your role is
Andromeda is-
important that you're up here, that you shouldn't be sleeping.
When we're like in the act of flying a ship, I am more alert because I like doing it.
So you only fall asleep when you don't like what you're doing.
No, if
Interesting.
I'm in a comfortable place, yes,
So you were comfortable here.
I am.
Okay.
I really like the couch.
Noah goes and sits on the couch.
Also, these chairs are actually pretty comfortable too.
Okay, one thing I do want to mention and bring up is that if you guys have decided that you want to go to the moon, that this iron ring basically is in orbit around. So it will take you some time to get there. Like, this isn't like Star Wars space travel. Like, you're not like in a like, it's not like and you're there. This is kind of like more like closer to like modern day space travel. Like, it's slow in comparison to like your Star Wars movies and things like that.
There's no hyperspeed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's certain things called bridging vessels that can go light speed, but you have to like attach your ship to it, and there's only certain places where those ships pick up and drop off other ships. You have to find what's called a bridging buoy to be able to even go on those vessels, because they have certain points that they go between so that they're assured not to run into something in their, you know, kind of like your light speed. You have to do your astronomy check or whatever to make sure you're not going to light speed right through a planet by accident, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, space travel is a little bit more, you know, it's not quite as advanced as some of those things. But you would know that it would probably take you about the course of a day to get to where the location that you want to go. Unfortunately for both you, the pilots of the vessel, is you are required to rest to heal up. So you guys have to decide, does somebody else fly while you guys rest? Do you guys just find a place to just float in space for a while?
Do we have cruise control, autopilot?
There is autopilot on this to a certain extent. It would be, once you kind of got into the atmosphere, it would require a pilot to be on, basically in the command seat.
Can we have them get us going, autopilot, sleep, after they eat the food, rest, heal up, and by the time we get there, we can kind of like slow down the ship till they wake up, and then...
Who would be in charge of slowing down the ship?
Who's got savvy?
That would still be a manual control that would have to be done by somebody.
I'm sorry. How long did you say this trip was going to take?
Probably a day.
Oh.
We could just sleep in shifts. Andromeda gets sleep and then I get sleep. You know, kind of like that. And that would settle it, you know. Wouldn't it? I mean, that would work.
Works for me.
Can do it, yeah.
That way there's always at least one of us that knows how to fly a ship in the, you know, chair that controls the ship.
And then when it's Manta's turn, we just take shifts walking up to make sure he's awake.
Like I said, when I am flying a ship, I stay awake because I like doing it.
Totally trust you.
Oh, I mean, okay. I mean, sure. I mean, I will not say no for someone to sit up here with me if that's what one of you all want to do.
I'll stay with you, Manta. Me and you.
Sounds good.
And actually, Manta, when Dawn says that to you, your mind just drifts very quickly to something strange in your mind. You see the shadow of a child upon the ground, like a 5 o'clock shadow, just stretched out along the ground. And it kind of zooms up, and you can see turning around with a expression that you can't quite read. There is looks to be a little girl, image of a little girl, and it looks like she's starting to speak, and she's saying something, but it's just mumble jumble just coming out of her mouth. You can hear like all these whispers and echoes happening within the distance, and then all of a sudden you see this swirling vortex kind of off in the distance, as all of a sudden this memory is just consumed by blackness. And then you kind of just snap out of it.
Guys, I think I just had a memory come back to me. I will describe what I just saw.
Okay.
I don't know where this is or like what I was doing there, but I don't.
Do you?
It's weird.
Do you have any, like, I don't know, brothers, sisters, siblings?
I have no clue. When I woke up with my arms, I didn't remember anything in my what happened before. So this is kind of like the first memory that I've gotten to come back.
Hey, that is extremely rough.
Yeah, you're telling me. Well, anyways, you want the first shift or you want the second shift, Andromeda?
I'll do the first one.
Sounds good to me.
Do you want to store your memory?
What do you mean?
Well, I have this thing, a server of some sorts where you can go into and store memories. I do it for myself because there's like so many memories I have, and I don't remember all of them. It's very confusing. So that's where I store mine. If you want to store it, you can do it in there, I think. You can connect to it. You can be there up to 10 of your friends. You can bring friends if you want.
Can we come and see this?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's better to have it like captured, written down. I don't know. Anyway, it's better to have that just in case I'll lose my memories again. So sure.
World. You just step into it in your mind and then boom, there you are.
Sure, let's do it.
Can we interact with that? What we see?
Think so. I think you just experience them. They're kind of like a virtual reality. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, it helps me remember things because I don't really have the best memory in the world, so I use it a lot. I think you can store yours in there too. Or I can store my recollection of your memory in there.
Sounds like a plan to me. I mean, yeah. Maybe there's one of these things out there like that has all my memories in it.
Oh, maybe. Oh, we could go find it. Well, there's not really a lot to look for 'em, but I don't know. Maybe if
We
you
have one
remember.
memory now, so we
Yeah.
just maybe decipher
there's a
this
clue.
and yeah.
Yeah, giant vortex, little girl. Okay, we gotta look for something that's related to that vortex. Maybe some sort of like very big accident or a natural disaster of some sort or something like that. That way you can find more of your memories.
All right, well, we have a plan here. So after we do all this going to the moon, we can start doing that.
If you wanted to do that while you put your vessel on the cruise control, you could. And you would still be able to take shifts to get enough rest. It wouldn't take long to do that if you wanted to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
I imagine that my what's it called? Pocket World, a
Mhm.
non-FIS server. I
Yep.
imagine that it's just like a little clock that I
Looks
hold
like
on myself.
It looks like a
Like a
clock.
pocket.
Okay.
Pocket watch.
Yeah. Okay. And now it does say, I think it has, 10 hookups to it? Like you can hook up
Yeah.
10 kind of virtual reality type attachments to it?
Restore memories to connect to past or future. Yeah, up to 10 users can connect simultaneously.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
So basically what you have is kind of like this computer server, this miniature computer server that you can allow 10 people to virtually experience at once. And it stores memories that you choose to store it on. So I would say you probably have kind of like these virtual reality type masks or goggles or something that each individual wears. And you pull out this clock device, and it probably has like physical connection plugins to it that you guys can hook up these devices to. And you start putting these things on over top of your head. Is everybody going in? Does everybody want to go in? Oh, Devlin doesn't want to go in? Okay.
No.
Devlin's like, no, not me.
It's probably better that he doesn't.
Is Noah going in?
Devlin, are you gonna watch the ship while we go in?
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine with me. Yep.
Okay, I'll go in.
I
Okay.
will stay with Steph.
Okay. Change music and see if there's something else I can use here for that. There we go. Okay, so Andronima boots up this pocket world, this server. And you guys almost feel like, almost get like this out-of-body experience as you put on this headset. So here's what happens. Andronima, everybody is basically dumped into a main menu. So you are like, you're physically there. You guys are actually like, you can see like your digital avatar. Like you look down and you see your avatar hands. And floating next to each of you, there's this little gear. And it seems to know, like, no matter where you move, this little gear just kind of like stays in the same spot and follows with you.
Video game.
Andronima, what would your menu appear to look like
Okay.
in this pocket world?
Unlike what Andromeda is normally, which is super disorganized, this is very organized.
Okay.
So it has like little selections, like you can go to like past childhood memories, like middle adult memories. There's like a special folder that just says war memories don't touch to it.
So you said folder. So does this look like a desk area with like an office space? Does it look like a bedroom? Does it look like a city? Like what does it look like physically in this virtual world?
I would say it's like a long hallway instead
Okay.
of maybe folders. It's just long hallway with various like memory names atop of them, and
Okay.
you can like walk through different doors and just go into different memories.
So okay, so you got a hallway full of doors that are labeled. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Noah walks through the childhood one or starts to make a move for it.
Okay. Do you just let them go? Do you just kind of let them go?
Yeah, I'll let you go. You can go to see what my childhood was like.
The door's unlocked, so you open up the door. And I imagine it's probably another hallway with subfolders. Would it be organized in there that same way, or would you have a different way of organizing this?
I think that's kind of like a random. Just once you open, you'll enter to one of the 3 memories that I have there.
Okay. So Noah, you go in, and I'll let Andronima kind of say what you see, because I want her to be able to kind of describe this little piece.
Oh boy. Noah, why don't you roll a d4?
There you
Okay.
go.
Rolling. That is a 1.
The one. Cool. So you actually see a memory that doesn't belong to me. It's what you see before you is this kind of like scrapyard trash compactor building. It looks kind of run down, but there's like a little bit of charm to it. There's like maybe little string lights on the window of it, or an old, like definitely not a live potted plant. And actually see Andromeda's parents in it. They're very simple people. They're scrapyard workers. They don't have a lot of aspirations, but they have a lot of books in their home. Most of them about like different space travel or space items or things like that. But it's just them two. There's no Andromeda, nobody else there. Yeah, it's a very simple memory of a very simple life.
Are they talking about anything in specific?
Likely just about their day. Their biggest hope was always to have a better life. So it's probably one of those conversations.
Noah would sit back against the door or on the side of the door, so if other people wanted and they could, and just stay and watch for a while. And if it ends because the memory's over, I'm guessing it kind of loops and replays.
Most
So
likely.
just sit there and watch it and see what differences you can see each time. He'd stay there for a good while until someone came to get him.
Okay. So you have Manta there. What kind of instructions would you give him on how he could store his memory within your pocket world?
Oh, I would give him a pen and a very large whiteboard. And I say, you draw it first, and then you just think about it real hard. And you'll be able to create a door and like label it, whatever you'd like it to be. We can store it in one of my future memories, or we can just make a new door that says Manta's memories in it.
Okay, sure. So I will draw the memory.
Okay.
Take it up and, do the vortex and the little girl the best you can. And then the more you draw into it, the better it's going to be. And the more you think about it, the better it's going to be. More detailed.
Okay, sure. I am not the best artist, but here we go. And I will sit there and just start basically drawing the memory out as much as I could.
Devlin and Dawn, you're sitting out in the vessel. You watch Manta wearing his virtual reality headset start going like this. In midair, like out in front.
Do you see a marker and maybe some
Oh no.
maybe some like panel or paper?
What we could do is we could actually see his face. Take the mask out and see how he looks like.
Ooh. We could try that, but I don't know how we're gonna get off with the face mask goggles on. Like,
We could see his mouth.
can you pull your microphone a little bit closer?
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
We could see his mouth, like this part down.
Is that something we can actually do with your mask?
No, the whole thing would have to come off. But also,
Okay.
Dev, remember you have seen my face.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what part, so I'm trying to figure out how I can say no.
Yeah, the whole mask is like one piece, so you couldn't. It's not like a foldable like mask where you could just like lift up the bottom. So you'd have to move the whole thing.
Manta, I would like you to make a dex roll for me, please.
Oh God. Okay. Is this to see how well I'm of an artist I am?
It is, in fact, to see how good of an artist you are.
It's actually not that bad. I got a 13 actually.
13, you succeed.
Yeah.
It actually looks like what you had envisioned. I mean,
Within reason.
for what you can do with a whiteboard marker,
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the best ones you've ever done.
Cool.
So you draw this out on the board and you think about it really, really hard. And I guess, what would you say, Andromeda? A room would just kind of form within your pocket world? Yeah, I
You're
can't.
muted.
Yeah, I think you're muted still. There you go.
Goodness. There'll be a little doorway that just flutters up and appears into like next to another door that just will say whatever Manta imagines is the name of his memory or memories.
Oh, it's definitely like void.
Void. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the void door. Can anybody see inside of it whenever it first appears, or is it just kind of like a closed door and it's just there?
Open it.
You open it? Okay. You open it, and you do, in fact, see the same thing that he envisioned. That same little girl kind of looking like she's talking or saying something. It's just all mumbled. It's whispers and almost haunting noises happening. And then that blackness just seemed to overcome the space and just fade out of existence.
Hey Noah, it worked.
Huh?
It worked. If you want to come see it.
I'm good right here.
Okay.
Noah starts paying attention to what's happening in front of him again.
Okay.
Duh.
Yeah, it's weird, right? But maybe I'll get some more memories to come back, and then we can add on to this.
Be nice. Gets hard to track things after a while.
It does. But this is a cool thing that you have here.
Actually,
Yeah.
as you're looking around doing that, Manta, you actually accidentally bump that little gear that's floating beside you, and a little menu kind of opens up beside you, and there are different windows that you can go through to change your personal avatar.
Oh,
You can change your hair color. You can change the shape of your face.
I'll be right back. I spend the first hour of the game in character creation.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna call it Nova. Noah, you can customize your avatar by clicking on the cog wheel.
Do you see any mirrors around where that's actually going to matter?
No, but it's cool.
We can see each other.
You're missing the meat of everything that's right in front of you.
No, you
I
can.
get distracted very easily, I guess.
Listen.
I go back.
It's all right. Manta, I relate. I spent like the next. Well, I first got it. I spent like the majority of the time just doing that.
I can see why. It's very addicting.
Yeah. There's like 200 different hairstyles.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever.
And you don't even have to pay for them. You're just there.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
the best. Microtransactions are awful.
Yes. Dawn and Devlin, as you guys are still kind of out of the vessel has been set on cruise, and you guys have kind of been cruising in space since you guys have left the station. Is there anything in particular that you guys would want to do or look at or check, or I mean, is there anything specific that you guys want to do while they're continuing in this virtual kind of sequence?
I would turn to Dawn and go, "You gamble?"
I do. Many years.
I'd pull out a die and just go, odd or even.
Even.
Dang it. And I'll just hand you 2 hollows.
That's easy.
So I'll take 2 off mine.
No,
And I'm going to go double or nothing.
Sure. Let's go odds.
Haha.
No, haha. The
So,
whole time we were playing.
so yeah, Devlin and Dawn continue to do some gambling out here in the sequence. Now, is there anything else you guys want to do in this virtual reality sequence, or would you, once you've got that memory stored, would be satisfied, and after about an hour of customizing your personal avatar, would close the program and come out of this virtual world of stored memories?
Yep,
And
exactly.
you guys all come out and start taking off your virtual reality headgear, unplugging, and Andronima's kind of putting all of her materials away. And you can see that Dawn and Devlin sitting at the table in the mess. They're just rolling some dice and playing some games.
Don, Dev, you have to go in there because you can create your own personal like avatar in there, and it's really cool. You should definitely give it a try at some point.
Maybe
I'm
one
like
day.
mid-roll and just kind of look at you. And just kind of look back and be like, odd or even for 2.
Even.
Go!
Even. I'm back where I started.
Oh gosh.
So who is taking the first rest?
I am.
Manta. So Manta.
Yeah, because Andromeda is taking first shift.
Now, are you planning to sleep on the couch area? Or are you going to go down
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
definitely.
crew quarters? Okay, so
No, I definitely go
so
to the couch area.
Manta just basically lays down beside Dawn or Devlin, who are playing at the table there. Manta just kind of like lays down beside you guys on
We'll
the
eat first, of course.
or eat. Yeah, so you kind of pull out the leftovers from Xanta's meal and start munching on the food while you're watching Dev and Dawn do a little bit of gambling. Eventually, you do lay down for your rest.
Of course, this
now-
does mean that anybody that's in this area would see my face that hasn't already seen it.
Oh, you gonna
And again,
take your mask
Yeah,
off?
I take the mask off to eat.
Oh
so-
yeah.
So anybody that's in here would see my face. Again, it's really like horribly scarred, no hair whatsoever, like not even eyebrows, basically. No hair, horribly scarred, like really pale skin.
Did you have
But
to
just
do
sit
that
there
here?
What? I'm eating. This is where you eat. This is where the table is.
I would just get up and walk away. Ruin the game.
I just look at him and start eating with him because I feel bad.
You eat with them?
Mean.
Yeah, why not?
Good food.
I ran, went up the steps, didn't go anywhere. I need to get my stamina back.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Manta and asked, what do you think the dream or the memory means to you?
I couldn't tell you. I don't. I'm curious to see what this void thing is. And like what if that was like an actual thing, or if that's part of like just the memory still being blocked, or what exactly. So I'm not really sure.
So the
Curious who the girl is.
the first time you saw the memory was in the Omen, or have you seen?
I don't know. Was it in the Omen, Michael?
No, the first time you saw that was when you first grabbed the staff when it was thrown to you.
Okay.
And it flashed before you again whenever you noticed. At that time, you were in combat, and all it did was it caused you to miss the attack. But it happens. All that happened so fast, like you didn't have time to actually like process and think about it. And then once you got a good look at Dawn again, it like stirred that visual up once again.
No, it actually the first time it came, like the first time I saw it, it was actually when you threw me the staff. So I wonder if the staff like triggered a memory in me or something, that maybe I used a staff like this before, or I don't know, maybe a family member or a friend had one.
Could be anything.
Yeah, okay, really good.
Guess we have to keep looking around, see what happens next.
Do you mind if I like when in my free time, if I mess around with the staff a little bit? Maybe it'll jog something else.
Sure, why not?
Cool, thank you.
But wherever you see, if you see anything else, don't tell no one else. Keep it between us.
Oh, sure, okay. That, I guess I can do that.
That staff was made by me, so it should only be made, handled by me.
Oh,
But-
okay. I understand.
Yeah. We'll keep it like that for now. And we go back. I go back into eating.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
And then after I eat, I'll go to sleep.
Andronima, this part of the sequence is not very difficult. You're just kind of like making sure systems are running fine, everything's still stable. This trip isn't going to cost you guys any fuel, so to speak, in terms of game mechanics, because it's a pretty easy trip. It just takes a little while. It takes a day to get down there. I'm going to say, unless anybody has a specific other like role play or scene that they want to take, we can kind of fast forward to when you guys get within distance of your destination, if that's okay with you. unless there is something that you would say, hey, I want to take a scene with this character, I want to ask them this question or whatever, please interrupt me and tell me that.
Do we see our Captain Michael's body floating anywhere? I just wanted to verify that information. If our Captain Michael was floating anywhere.
Make a savvy check for me, Devlin.
Ooh, man. That is a 2.
A 2.
So I did really well.
You see a lot of stars.
Does that add
Nice.
another void point to
Yeah.
my roll?
Indeed it does. Indeed it does.
And
Awesome.
new meaning the term mic check.
That's it. Mic check.
Mhm.
We're gonna have mic checks at every session while we're in space. I love it. So you guys we're just gonna kind of fast forward. You guys do get your rest. And I do consider your hub, your spacecraft here to be your comfortable place. So
Okay, so
you
we're
guys
full.
are full health, as your wounds are patched up correctly. There's still lingering pain here from here and there, but you guys are mechanically at full health. And the Omen starts to approach the destination where Zanta wanted you to go on in Euro, which is the moon that the Iron Ring is around. And you'll notice that when you get into the atmosphere of this place, it's really cloudy with like yellow clouds and dust. Like it has this yellow aura to the whole planet. And I will take you guys to an image in roll 20 just to give you an idea of what the landscape is like here. So you guys get a visual of this yellow planet that is very barren and rocky, and there, like, you can see that there is water on this planet, but the water looks like sulfur mixed in with it. So you get this kind of like yellow foam that drifts into places, into corners and crevices, and alongside rocky outcroppings and stuff of that nature. This planet looks like it's been ravaged and mined and cleared, and you name it. This planet has seen, or this moon rather, has seen its fair share of exploitation from resources over the course of many years. And as you're kind of coming out of this foggy yellow sky, you can see the station that you guys were supposed to go to. And I believe I have that station's name in my notes once again. That was the Terracotta Mining Outpost is where you basically got the coordinates from Zanta whenever you guys assigned the contract. Those coordinates were downloaded into the systems of your vessel where you could easily get your computer systems to help guide you into that location. You do see that there are 3 different areas here. The area of the actual mining outpost is separated into 3 parts. Each one of them has their own little landing pad where you could basically land a vessel. Some of the landing pads are very large, so you could land multiple vessels on it, but they seem to be open pads that seem to have these metal bridges that go across to opening doorways into these places. One looks like a relatively state-of-the-art on a surface type structure with many rooms and tunnels that lead, like man-made, like tunnels that would go from one building to another on the planet's surface. There is another one that's kind of across a little area of sulfur-like water on the other side that looks like it has 2 large kind of garage door-esque looking things that go into the side of a cliff. And then you see another one which seems to be a landing pad. You see kind of like a small futuristic looking metallic hub, and then you see a massive dome that has these kind of metallic structures that go around it, but the dome itself kind of looks like this opaque yellow that seems to almost match the surface of the planet. This is the terracotta mining outpost. So the
Place
question
looks really inviting.
Mm.
So who's landing this?
Probably Andromeda. I'm gonna assume she's the actual pilot.
Go for it. Should we
So-
land now?
So the question is, which landing pad would you like to land on? There's the kind of above ground facility area. There is what looks to be some kind of area where it goes into the earth, and then there's one area that looks like a massive dome.
Can we breathe outside, or is this like exosuit? We got to stay inside.
You can breathe outside here without a suit, but the air is heavy. Like
Okay.
it's not going to be one of those things where you can breathe. It's just not, you're going to be able to smell all this stuff in the air, and it's going to definitely weigh it down a bit.
I said we go into the cliff. We can hide over there. Let's a little less traveled. Maybe don't even need to register.
Agreed.
You don't even
Good to me.
technically you could look for other places to land your vessel too. That's also an option.
Looks good. Cliff?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Do it.
So are you going to land on the docking bay area, or are you going to try to find a different place where you're kind of out of sight of anybody who would be watching?
I say land and make contact and be friendly, because we're trying to find work potentially.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm okay with that.
We're good people making friends.
Not for exploitation.
So eventually, Andromeda, as you start to approach the bay, you do get a text that comes through the vessel asking, basically asking for basically identification. Like, identify yourself. What is your reason for requesting or approaching this landing bay?
Guys, what's our reason?
Looking for work.
Okay, and we're going by OMEN?
I think so.
Cool. I don't know if it's like a type up, or do we just like tell them?
Yeah, it's kind of like you type it up and you send it via. It's like sending text message back and forth. So you text and you receive a clearance number. You're given a clearance number that's can be attached to the vessel, and you are given clearance to land at this what they consider the mine entrance.
Where we need to be.
Okay.
We'll land.
All right. So you land, and you see that one of the open large garage door areas, they open horizontally. So two of the doors start to creep open a little bit, but they only creep open probably about 8 feet. They don't go the whole way open. It looks like they could open and allow maybe even a spacefaring vessel to even fit inside. Like, it's of the massive doors. And you see a couple individuals start to walk out and start to approach the ship as you guys easily settle down. Andromeda, with the help of Manta, are easily able to set out the landing gear, and you guys make a comfortable landing here on the landing pad.
I will go for a high five with Andromeda. We make a good team.
Fantastic. So those individuals approach. It seems like they're just kind of waiting on you guys to let down your. I guess it'd be your. What's the word escapes me? Words.
Describe.
You're
Words.
talking about the door for
Hangar bay.
No, the
Ramp.
Ramp. Yes.
Ramp, yeah, there you go.
Loading ramp or whatever it comes down. I guess the Omen has one. You guys, if you'd like the Omen to have one like that can be arranged. Hey, this is a game we make up, folks.
Yes.
Well, then it has a teleporter that can shoot us anywhere within.
Oh
100
yeah,
meters.
totally.
There
Yeah.
we go. Yep.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Persuade the dungeon master. Roll with disadvantage.
Noah will put out the ramp.
Okay.
Look at everyone. Says, "Are we ready to open the door?"
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, everyone. Big smiles. And
I
whoever-
do. Just so everybody knows, I do have my pistol, like inside the back of my belt. So
I do have my staff in my back.
I'll
Right.
take my dagger too.
I'll have my knife kind of tucked away up my sleeve.
Okay.
Noah's leaving his on the ship.
Okay. Noah's gonna
Really
leave his
smart
on the
one.
ship.
The only smart one there.
Okay. So you guys get out, and as you're getting out, these three individuals are approaching you. One of them looks like kind of like a man in his probably mid-50s. He walks up to all of you. Ah, the Omen. Hopefully it's a good one. Looks up at your vessel.
You haven't heard of us?
I can't say that I have. Should I have?
I would say so.
Well,
Best mining crew around.
that's a nice looking vessel. What's with all the markings on it?
It's for looks. We want
Oh.
to strike a good silhouette in the sky.
Oh, that sounds nice, actually.
Yeah.
You guys aren't like the normal people we get to come for work at the mines down here. Which,
What?
excuse me, I should have introduced myself. My name is Naldi. I'm Naldi Liamson. It's nice to meet you all. What shall I call you? He kind of looks around at everybody.
Manta,
Ah, Manta. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you, dude.
You can call me sir.
Sir. You got it, sir.
Like it.
I didn't.
Excuse me?
I didn't.
I didn't. Well, that's certainly a
what you
name
could
I haven't.
call me.
That's certainly a name I haven't heard very often. But yeah, I'm sure I didn't.
Andromeda?
Oh, Andronima, that's a great name.
Yeah,
This
my
is-
parents loved me.
It's a family name.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
okay.
sure.
Great. And how about you?
I'm just Noah.
Just Noah. Is just your first name?
Just, no,
Okay.
I'm only Noah.
Only Noah. All right. Well, welcome to Terracotta. So, I mean, I'm curious as to you came to the mine, so I'm assuming that you guys are good workers with your hands.
Oh yeah, the best.
Yes. I actually have some experience drilling on asteroids. Put me to work.
I show 'em my metal
Oh.
arms.
Perfect. Gosh. Well, come on, follow us right this way. I mean, we've got some things that we could get you started on right away. We do need to run some initial paperwork and things like that, but
Of course.
of course, it's most of it's been transferred over digitally now. But and Naldi Liamson seems to kind of lead you in with these two other individuals. Who one of them kind of looks like a younger guy, and one of them very kind of strong-looking, short-haired female with a little bit of like a purple streak in her hair that goes across the front of her forehead as she walks in to the front of this mine area, where you guys immediately walk in and see that there are kind of like if you looked at if you remember like the water kind of pumps that are in Star Wars that stick into the ground and kind of come up inside. They're kind of like that, but they're pillars that go all the way to like the ceiling, support pillars in some way of these mechanical machinery that have like little lights kind of blinking on the sides of them. You can see that there are cables and pulley systems and all kinds of things kind of like hanging from the ceiling, and digital or these like mechanical things are moving along these things with digital panels on the sides of them that are reading like different numbers of levels and stuff, and they're just moving around the top. As you walk in, you can see there's other like different types of futuristic machinery that's like sitting all around. It looks like a type of mechanical plow that hovers, like it has hovers that kind of can stick down and then it can dig while hovering at the same time. All kinds of different, it looks like heavy mining equipment inside. There's a lot of people here in this area and seem to be kind of moving about. There's also the central location. It's like a circle. It looks like almost like a lobby desk, so to speak. And it looks like there's some people working behind the counter and they're punching in on some mechanical devices and computer systems and stuff and looking at digital screens. This is our main station up here. We can take you and start to get you kind of scanned in if you guys want to start the process.
Scanned in?
Oh, we got to run through and get all your names filled in, and you know, there's a lot of like liability forms and things like that. You know, it's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, your standard work.
Yeah, I mean,
contract thing.
You don't
Yeah.
just walk in and you gotta sign on. You gotta make sure that you know the wages are fair. You know, things of that nature.
Do we get uniforms?
Oh, of course, we do have some uniforms if you're the type that likes to go deep into the mine to help actually do this kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
How did you hear about us?
Station nearby.
Oh, yeah. Well, I say, you know, it's we've been desperate for work, so it's great to have more people here that can handle this. It's not easy work, that's for sure. It's very difficult. You should know. You said you were asteroid miner, so you should know what this line of work entails.
And you're having trouble finding people?
Well, it gets a little scary.
It's just the darkness. Nothing's going to get you.
We've let's just say we've reached new depths.
New depths.
Yes, we're mining a little bit farther than we've ever mined before.
Safely, I hope.
Did you find
Oops.
something new?
I mean, all sorts of different things that we found that we're still studying, but, I mean, there's no
So the
telling what we
people-
might still have yet to find.
So what you're saying is people die.
Oh, there's always a risk when you're mining. I mean, cave-ins happen.
What's the last death?
Well, we did have a few go missing yesterday.
So that just means that there's more hazard pay then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, we would definitely, yes.
All right, well, that sounds like a good deal to me.
Let's
If
do
any,
it.
also maybe if you want to pay us a little extra, we could maybe go look for these missing individuals too. We're always up for different kind of work.
Okay, well, I did send a few already in search, but we're still waiting for them to return.
Well, if they don't, maybe for the right price, maybe we'll go.
I sure hope it's just something petty, as if they just wandered off the wrong mine vein.
Yeah, let's hope.
So when you say new depths, this is a size 2 moon, and you shouldn't go further than section 3 in zones down, typically when mining. Did you go further than 3?
I have a better question. How do you know that?
I have a little bit of experience in mining.
He tilts his head sideways to you. Are you saying this? He's like, we perhaps went a little farther than we were supposed to.
You know that can disrupt everything that goes on with the planet and causes different reactions. That's why they never say to go below whatever the threshold is according to the size of the moon or planet. What did you find down there that's worth going on these extra length and dangers?
Wow. Not only are you capable, you're also very intelligent.
You haven't answered my question.
Let's just say that we found a potential new power source. And we're trying to keep it on the down low. But at the same time, we need more support to be able to do the things that we want to do. So we have to make the right connections. We got to build the right relationships to make everything fall into place the way that it should.
Have you at least stabilized to Zone 3?
Yeah, oh yes, we are assured that we are stabilized to Zone 3. You have my utmost word and pure confidence that we have everything stable.
Then what's the incentive on our end to go down there knowing that this is unknown risk? We're going in blind knowing that no matter what, anything can happen, anything can burst, anything can go wrong. What's the pay? What's the incentive? Is there a cut? Do we get part of the gems? Like what's in it for us? We thought this was simple mining. Now you're asking a whole different threshold.
Well, there is bonus hollow pay for gems discovered and found. There also are incentives that I must say, I'm going to be honest, I can't guarantee them. But let's just say in the future, space travel in this area might get a whole lot easier. And if you help with the process, usually means that you get pushed to the front of the line.
Who is in charge of all this?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Ashir. He runs Terracotta now.
Now.
Yes. He hired me.
How long ago did he get in charge?
Well, he was in... I mean, he's lived a lifetime of being in charge of things, but Terracotta was something that I would say started about... Let me double check my notes. We'd say we've been working on this little project for, say, about a year and a half.
Well, everyone here is tired. There's a lot to process. Is there a place that we could stay while we think over your offer and what's going on, and just get some sleep, and then come back and touch base with you?
Absolutely. The actual outpost across the lake there. If you head over there, we can get you set up with some lodging.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to sleep on the ship, or do you want to go over there and get some cots over there and beds.
Well, what's the lodging like? Because if it's, I mean, I'm fine with staying on the ship personally, but
2.
Yeah, me too.
I would love a bed.
Yeah, well.
Don't-
How much is
don't you all have? Wait, don't they have beds? Don't we have beds on the ship?
You do. They're really small and cramped.
Okay,
But yes,
Okay.
you do have beds.
gotcha.
Do you know what a mattress is?
Nope.
But that's a valid question. What type of accommodations are over there?
He looks at you and says, I'll be honest, they are very simple accommodations, but they do have enough room for you all to be comfortable.
Okay. First, we need to figure out if we're gonna take any jobs. Then we could think about rest.
Yeah. Maybe we should go aboard the ship and talk about this.
I agree.
Once you've compiled all the paperwork, send someone over to us and we can review it.
That sounds fair. I mean, I can get it all together. And honestly, I could just, we could just send it over to your vessel and you guys could review it there.
Perfect. Could you send 2 copies, one of Zone 3 and above, and then Zone 3 and below? So that way we can weigh the different options and see everything else.
So you want us to send copies of our mining structure? Is that what you're asking? You want to see what we're doing? Is that
No. The pay for if we were to stay in the first 3 zones versus going below
Sure.
Zone
Yes.
3.
Yes, understood. Yes, I can make sure that happens.
Thank you.
Sure.
I would say with that, good day,
Okay.
and then kind of like nod and just kind of like start walking back.
Okay. You got it. So while they are kind of compiling some prices of what you could actually pay based on what position that you want here within the mining structure, you guys head back out. Dawn, are you heading back out too? I thought you were starting to talk, and I didn't know if I didn't want to interrupt you.
I'll head back in with them. And
Okay,
we'll
sure.
figure something out.
Yeah, you guys make your way back to the OMEN and are all sitting together with your little small cramped-in meeting space.
It's a good one.
An okay meeting space. I am willing to take the risk at below 3.
We should also figure out who this new boss is.
Sheer? That's
She-
what his name?
A share?
Yeah.
It might be able to help us.
Well, I also think we should look at the pay, because one, there's 2 angles. One, we can obviously do the job, get hollows, and maybe if we find something big, get a ship part out of it. Because they did say front of the line, but who knows how long we'll be here for.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is we could also potentially take some of the high-end gems if we're able to and load it up and take it to another client elsewhere. I'm sure there's more people interested, not just Zanta. So we have a couple different options. That one can be more on the back burner if an opportunity ever seems to arise. But
We need to get information.
Yeah.
That's not
Um,
one.
Not feeling too good about this whole thing right now.
I'm not
What's
a fan
on your
of
mind?
There's a guy at the top who is going to be abundantly rich because of what we do. He's putting our safety on the line to get this done. I've had experiences like this before and it doesn't end well.
I agree
The
with
rich
that.
only get richer. We are just here to be sacrificial pawns for what they want. I'm not
But-
about that.
We do have the skill sets. And so we could prove that we're worth more than just pawns and get the higher end gear to be able to go down there. It's risky, but I have gone down there a couple times with the right equipment. It's relatively safe
With the right equipment.
with the right
Uh,
gear.
Look at this place.
We
It
need to
looks
get
run down.
There's
don't
some
think
good
it-
equipment around here.
I'm sure there is, but what I'm saying is I don't think they're like terribly well, off or anything like that. I have a suggestion that might be a little unorthodox and weird.
Kill them all?
No, no. What if we start like a riot? Or, I mean, let's find out more information about this Ashir guy.
Didn't you
See
say
what he's
these were
up
good
to.
people and we didn't want to do bad things on this new planet? A new moon?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's find out more information about this Ashir guy. If we find out that he's doing shady stuff, like what you're saying, which I'm leaning towards, believing into that because it doesn't seem like he's doing any of the work. It seems like everybody else is doing the work. And then we can, I don't know, encourage these people to like unionize or something.
Sure, we could start a moon union for the mining people.
Also, we could take a playbook out of what we did on the ring and tell them that we were hired to go
Kill
ahead
Martin.
and steal one of those gems, and then we can deliver a bomb or something up there to the ring.
And kill them.
Whoa,
we
whoa,
did kill
whoa.
them.
And get on their good side and get better contracts, which was the original game plan.
Or can pay half and kill them.
Well, I feel like before we make any like too much of a decision about killing anybody or doing something like that, why don't we just find out more information about this guy, sign on to do the contract for the beginning. If some of us are more comfortable doing just zone 3, just to zone 3. Some of us are comfortable going below zone 3, we can go below zone 3. I don't care. And then when we find out more information, then we make a decision about what we're going to do.
So we're splitting up again.
Well, we don't have to split up. I'm just saying, let's find out information, do some recon, and then if we find out, hey, these people are shady and corrupt, this guy that rules over these poor miners that I'm sure are not living in the best conditions, is taking advantage of them, then we do something about it. But if we find out that this guy is like one of them, and takes care of his folk and of his staff, I have no qualms about bombing the Iron Ring because I don't think that place is good.
All I'm saying, the easiest way to get information is to go to the mines. The only way to get to the mines is to get a job from them.
And we can just take one of the easier jobs, and that way we can teach you the basics of mining and the safety. So that way, if we do go down further, you'll at least know the basics and mechanics of what to do. We get a little bit of hollows. We can get some information safely at the top from the people who are quote unquote smarter.
So, we're splitting up. I say, in my opinion, 2 of us go to the mines, get an easy job. The other 3 of us can get information on what's going on. That way we have 2 different parties or groups getting 2 different informations and see if it adds up.
I did used to do a lot of like typing up and kind of more technological work in the mines, so maybe I can get a job that's more close to information.
Which is what we need.
Works for me. I have no issue going down to all the way down to zone 3, not below, without knowing a little bit more and seeing what's going on down there and looking at what's going on. But I'd feel comfortable working in zone 3 and at least getting a little bit of money and finding some whatever information I can find and see what equipment and personnel are going down below.
Noah's glaring fiercely at Manta right now.
Is Manta asleep? Manta!
Always.
What? What's the plan? What are we doing?
Oh my god.
We're sending it down
I-
to the deepest level of the mines. Good luck.
Okay, sounds good.
That was easy.
Wait, by myself?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never done any mining before, so I think someone else should go with me at least.
sending you anywhere.
I'll take Manta with me. I'll go with him.
Well,
Oh,
so
let's-
we're going. We're going down to the bottom of the mine? Okay, sounds good with me.
Don't put your life on the line.
Maybe I'll stick with Dev.
I'm going down to zone 3. Nice and safe. It's already dug out. We can do some solid work there, see what's going down below, see what people ask some questions. Because that way we get traffic that's people that's mining around zone 3 and then people passing by to below and coming out from below. And then plus we can talk to some of the managers that are organizing all of this as well.
They're gonna look for information up on the surface, not below.
Wait, I am?
Yes!
Okay. I mean, that's
No.
fine with me.
No one's sending you all the way down to mine death.
I mean, we could.
Well,
Why?
Thanks.
It'd be fun.
No, it's not fun.
I mean, I'd
It's not
prefer not
fun.
to die. That would be nice.
At this point in time, you guys start to hear beeps coming in to your kind of control panel areas of the vessel, as multiple files are being sent your way on different work contracts based on this mining company here at Terracotta. The employment opportunities that they provide you are extensive. There's a bunch of things that you could apply to do. You could be they have a shuttle drivers that basically drive hover shuttles and transport miners to different levels of the mine. In the larger parts of the mine, so to speak. Of course, you can't take, unless it's able to fit, you can't take it into other areas, but there's those. There's also just general mining contracts. The one that takes you down to the first 3 levels that Devlin was talking about offers 15 hollows per day of employment, which is not very much pay. I mean, it's enough to buy you some food. It's enough to give you a little bit of extra spending cash. That's about it. But it does offer incentives for gems discovered and found, up to 200 hollows a gem if discovered, depending on the rarity of the gem and what kind it is. Going beyond level 3 pays 50 hollows and has incentives up to 300 for gems found, depending on rarity and quality and things of that nature. There's also
Cheap asses.
there's not any like, they don't offer you guys any like manager type positions, but there are positions of like working at the computer desk and kind of issuing, okay, these miners are going to go to this vein and these miners are going to go do this, and I know their location, I know where they're at, I know where I sent them. You're basically like a coordinator, so to speak. There's also that job only pays, that's what I say, 15 for the first one. On that, it pays the same amount, so it's basically 15 hollows a day just to basically coordinate some of this stuff. There is also machine operators, like drillers, that are offered there. Payment for that is a little bit more expensive. They'll pay up to 60 hollows a day for machine operators. But the chances of you being able to discover gems that way is a little bit, the percentage is lower. Basically because your job is to basically drill new pathways so that way other miners can get in there and really like find the stuff. So it just kind of depends on what you guys want to do. The jobs are offered. It looks like they have plenty of vacancy and positions open.
Hey, I don't mind going with Dev all the way down there.
Yeah, I don't mind working in zone 3, which is safe, and that way it's 15 a day, plus we could make a few more But the biggest thing is just getting that information like we want, and that way we'll be down there. We'll be able to see things. The money's not great, but potential rewards there as well. But reward for information is also there.
And
Zanta.
well, quick question for the DM: what would the check be for the drill operator?
I
Or the
would
machinery. Would that be tech, or would that be like savvy, or?
Good question. Let me double check. I mean, I know piloting uses savvy.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's something that I think I could do relatively well, then I would, I could do that. Maybe talk to some of the other miners, or, or the people controlling the machines.
I would say it says piloting spacecraft for savvy. This technically isn't spacecraft.
Space, yeah.
So this would be like operating technology. So this would be a tech check to do the machine, like drilling mine machinery and stuff like that. I would say that's tech.
Then I could do the sending people to the specific locations. That way I can talk to more people.
Do you want
Do that, but if we're splitting attention a little bit more, maybe I should do something else.
I mean, or I could go do the computer stuff with you.
Or
You
no,
said that's what.
do that out of the computer.
Not bad at drilling. I'll do the drilling.
Noah?
No.
I have no qualms about my personal safety. I just don't like someone else deciding it for me. I'm willing to go beyond where we need to go, but know that if I go down there, I'm gonna start some shit.
Oh, I'll go with you. I want to go down and start some shit too.
I could go down with you all. I mean, that sounds like fun.
Wait, where were you saying going down?
I will
Below
go
Sector
to-
3.
So originally we were saying to gather information, and now you just want to.
I mean,
Sorry, that was an error 404 in my head. Right there, just trying to process what you guys have just reverted on.
I love this group so much.
I mean,
I have nothing to say right now. My brain just broke right there.
if he wants to go down below level 3, we can't just let him go by himself. We should go as a group.
You can let
Yeah,
me
we
go
could-
by myself.
We could
I'll be
all
okay.
five
no,
could go.
I'm trying to go with you now. I'm trying to make excuse to
I
go
will-
with you.
I will stay on level 3, and someone's got to live to tell the story.
Okay. So all four of us are going down, except for Dev.
So we're leaving Death by himself again.
What
Good
could go wrong?
idea. That's not a good idea.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
That's not a good idea. No.
Dev found a patsy for us last time he was by himself, so maybe he'll do it again.
That's true. My
He
gosh.
might find Brady's sister.
Oh no. Gladys.
Gladys.
He was one of my best friends. Never, can't believe we lost him.
So, from what I'm hearing, 4 of you are going to accept the below Sector 3 contracts
Mm-hmm.
to do some mining below, and Devlin is going to stay safely on Section 3 and do some mining up there. Is that correct? What I'm hearing? Okay.
Correct.
So now, how are you guys just kind of submitting your request digitally via the ship's computer systems and just patching over your contracts there?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
But
You
just
guys.
to make sure, Death, are you sure?
Positive. I just want to put this out there. If you see anything like black, like chitinous, like soft, smooth curves or anything down there, just go the opposite direction.
What is
Okay.
that?
Okay.
It's just something I've remembered from experience.
Okay. Closer. Thank you.
So you guys fill out your digital paperwork and basically zoom it digitally, fax it over to the offices there as they receive it, and you guys have your work contract settled for Terracotta Mining Station. Do you guys decide that you want to just sleep on the vessel, take a break here?
Yeah, I'm
Or-
gonna sleep on the vessel.
Vessel.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
stay aboard the vessel. Okay, and you guys all take a moment to kind of regather your thoughts and get yourself comfortable. And that's where we're gonna end this episode of Omen, Death in Space RPG.